evening. We're going to just start things off nice and quick, and we're going to get to the point quickly, and we're going to begin by welcoming out our honors and award recipients. Students, come on out. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. We really look forward to honoring all of you tonight. All right, if you all want to just head out this way and you can take your seats, please let's give our honorees one more round of applause. So we're going to go ahead and make sure, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a land acknowledgement. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples. They cared for the lands that included what we call the Puget Sound region, Vancouver Island, and British Columbia since time immemorial. This gives us the great obligation and opportunity to learn how to care for our surrounding areas and all of the natural and human resources we require to live. I express my deepest respect and gratitude for our Indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Okay. Allow me to introduce our college president, Kathy Hiani Brown, to get us started.
Todd, for the introduction. Well, welcome everyone to our annual Honors and Awards ceremony. It's always great to start the end of the quarter with this particular event. We recognize outstanding accomplishments by our students, and we, faculty and staff and administration, applaud all of your efforts and want to give you due recognition. All of you have demonstrated academic excellence, strong character, leadership skills, community involvement, and many more outstanding qualities. Thank you for choosing Whatcom to be part of your journey. We are honored to be celebrating your achievements this evening and look forward to seeing what comes next for each of you. Everyone at Whatcom Community College wishes you great success going forward. Now I'm pleased to introduce some special guests in our audience that include our board members. Chair Wendy Bolke will be joining us a little later, but we do have in the audience, and I would like them to stand if people can see them, to wave. We have Jeff Fairchild, we have Rebecca Johnson, and let me see, this is really hard to see. In the audience. So thank you so much, trustees, for being here to help honor our students and their accomplishments. So let's give them a round of applause for their great service to the college. And I would like to make a couple more introductions. And here again, I can't see any of your faces. It's just really disconcerting, right? And so I want to introduce a couple of other individuals that I believe are in the audience. We have members of the Whatcom Community College Foundation. We have Board Chair Tim Douglas and members Bob Carmichael and Alan Pemberton. Please give them a round of applause as well. Thank you very much for joining us for this event. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Bob Carmichael. Whoa. Okay, not only can I see, but I'm being heard in various ways. So Bob Carmichael, could you please come forward? Bob has been a member of our foundation board, volunteering his time and expertise in helping us develop the foundation so we can do a better job at securing financial assistance for all of our students. So Bob, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you. So I would like to, on behalf of the Foundation Board, congratulate each and every one of the honor recipients here. It's quite an achievement. And at the end of my remarks, I'm going to issue you a challenge along with that congratulations. But I want to start with what the foundation is. The foundation is a nonprofit corporation. Its purpose is to raise funds to support the college, and particularly to support students with scholarships and grants and other financial needs. In the 2022-23 academic year, the Foundation Board was able to award $412,000 to 312 deserving students. The value of that is around us here today. We're seeing the value of that. We have among the best and brightest here of Whatcom Community College students. And I would say that this is definitely something not only to be proud of the achievement, but for you to look back on and realize what it took to achieve what you have. There's more to come. But before I do, I want to just give you a brief story of someone that introduced me to the value of Whatcom Community College. In 2013, she was a young single mother struggling to raise two daughters, working hard to make ends meet, and she decided that she needed to further her education. She enrolled at Whatcom Community College, ended up getting a paralegal certificate in the program by 2015, and then got a job, actually, confession here, I'm a lawyer. She got a job with our law firm, and she was an outstanding paralegal, became quickly the most productive paralegal in our law firm. And she decided she was going to get an AA degree. And so while working and raising her two kids, she got an AA transfer certificate from Whatcom Community College in 2020, and then decided, why not get a bachelor's degree? She enrolled in an online bachelor's degree program at Washington State University. And while she was doing all this and being a great role model for her daughters, her oldest daughter, who also attended Whatcom in the Running Start program, matriculated to Washington State University, and she also was at the college at the same time as her mother. They both graduated just a few weeks ago, magna cum laude, which, as you know, is with honors, and they both want to go to law school. Now, I don't put anything past either one of them. I think they're both going to become great lawyers, frankly. And as you can do the math, the young woman is now 43. She still works with us. I'm afraid we'll lose her at some point soon to go to law school, but I'm so proud to know her and all that she's accomplished under the circumstances she's accomplished them under. And it's an evidence of the value to me of Whatcom Community College. And I think you basically have your own journeys, and you will have your own ups and downs. You've already had them, I'm sure. I know some of you are younger, some of you are older. Everyone has their own story to write. My challenge to you is to remember 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years throughout your life how you got started in higher education. Many of you are going to matriculate to other colleges, universities, careers. You're going to far outpace Whatcom Community College. But I don't want you to forget. And on behalf of the Foundation Board, I'm issuing you that challenge. Of all the things that you remember about your time here, and particularly about tonight's honor, which is all about you and well-deserved and well-earned, I want you to remember where you got started. This college, and it has provided those opportunities to so many young people, and it has done so for decades. 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, there will be other young people looking for that education, needing that help. And the financial assistance that the Foundation Board provides is based entirely on donations and other grants from people. So remember where you came from. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our next speaker, Dr. James Siegel, who, as you know, is the Vice President of Student Services. Dr. Siegel.
Okay, wow, bright lights up here. So, good evening, everyone. I have the honor and privilege of introducing the recipient for this year's Outstanding Service to Students Award. This award recognizes a graduating student who has contributed substantially to WCC through their efforts in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. This student represents WCC with excellent leadership, character, contributions to our community both on and off campus, and demonstrates a commitment to diversity, equity, and social justice. As I say your name, please join me on the stage. So, the recipient of this year's Outstanding Service to Students Award for a graduating student is Xavier Withers. Talk a little bit about you, if you don't mind. We're very proud of you. Xavier is graduating with an AAS, DTA, and moving on to the University of Alabama, Birmingham, to pursue a career in medicine. Great. Yeah. Congratulations. Xavier's pathway is a clear example of his commitment to others. Since his time at WCC, Xavier has been the president of the Black Student Union, an intercultural center peer navigator, or as we affectionately call them, ICPNs. He's worked as a tutor in the Learning Center. He provides one-on-one peer mentoring to Black, Indigenous, and persons of color who are interested in pursuing careers in STEM and health professions, with a focus on making these pathways more accessible for all. Additionally, he played a leading role in organizing the programming for WCC's Black History Month and has led discussions on WCC's campus about topics related to race and inequality. Thank you, Xavier, and congratulations. Okay, so next I have the honor of presenting, I love the title of this, Transforming Lives Award. So this is sponsored by the Washington State Association of College Trustees, and it recognizes students whose lives have been transformed by attending community or technical college. These students overcome great barriers to succeed and achieve their higher education goals. Only one student can be chosen each year, and I'm excited to present Whatcom's 2023 Transforming Lives Award to Eva Brown. Congratulations. Okay, so Eva is a graduate with an associate in arts and science. These are just such impressive resumes, right? She's a graduate with an associate in arts and science, a massage therapist, an EMT, and is planning to continue her studies to pursue an RN or ARNP degree. Eva has completed all of this while facing many obstacles and raising a daughter with love, compassion, and showing her that women can be successful in STEM. Eva is an advocate for pursuing your dreams in the face of adversity. She's a firm believer that no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you fail, you must keep going in order to succeed. This perseverance has led Eva to all of her successes here at WCC and beyond. Eva has transformed her life and is an inspiration for us all and reminds us that believing in yourself first is the most important step. In the words of English professor Brian Cope, Eva is the type of person we need to celebrate at Whatcom. Thank you, Eva, and congratulations. So, this is the award for Outstanding Services to Students Award for a returning student. And this goes to Jordan Jordy Panis. Okay, so Jordy serves with the WCC campus as an Intercultural Center Peer Navigator, or as I said, an ICPN, as we affectionately refer to them. Through this work, she provides one-on-one peer mentoring, hosts events in the Intercultural Center, and in the community as a representative of WCC. Jordy is committed to the well-being of her fellow students and presents on difficult topics such as racism, sexism, and ableism at student-led conferences, and created the Lazy Cookbook. And I need a copy of this because I'm not a good chef. And so if you have an extra copy laying around, the Lazy Cookbook to help students eat a healthy diet with limited resources. Jordy confronts challenges to serve marginalized, underserved, and underrepresented students in order to move our campus and society to an inclusive and equitable place for all. Thank you, Jordy. Congratulations. Okay, and as I was saying, I would like to introduce, again, let's a round of applause for our recipients. Okay, so I'd like to introduce Kelly Kester, our Director for International Programs, for the next series of awards. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Kester, and like James said, I'm the Director for International Programs here at Whatcom Community College. Whatcom has an exceptional international program. This year, our college hosted more than 250 international students from 25 different countries. The students bring from their home countries a wealth of knowledge, customs, and traditions that serve as a unique educational and cultural resource for our college's students and staff. The International Student Service Award is presented each year to an international student who, through their work with international programs and involvement in our campus community, has provided exceptional service to our college. This evening, I'm honored to present this year's award to a student who exemplifies that spirit of service. This year's recipient is Jessica Hariono. This is for you, but don't go away so fast. Everybody gets off stage. Come over here so we can look at you. Yeah. So Jessica began her studies with Whatcom in the fall of 2021, online from Indonesia, while the world was still in the middle of the pandemic lockdown. She was eventually able to come to Bellingham for in-person classes in the spring of 2022 and has been an outstanding student throughout her time at the college. Jessica's in the honors program, and she has a nearly perfect GPA, but her hard work extends beyond the classroom. She's served as an orientation assistant in international programs, helping newly arrived international students to get settled in at Whatcom and in the community. She was a student leader, serving as the vice president of student clubs for the Associated Students of Whatcom Community College. She continues to volunteer in the intensive English classes in our English for Speakers of Other Language program. And she is the student representative for our college's Strategic Enrollment Management Committee. Here's the kicker. This is to say that Jessica has been busy providing service to Whatcom and to our students, but that commitment to service is even more impressive when you consider that she's enrolled in 24 credits this quarter. That means that she's enrolled in enough classes for 2 full-time students. Jessica will be graduating this quarter and has been accepted by a number of great universities across the United States, but the University of Washington is very lucky that that's where she's going to go. Yeah. Congratulations, Jessica, and we wish you all continued success when you go to the University of Washington this fall. And so it's now my pleasure to introduce Whatcom's Vice President for Instruction, Dr. Barry Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Kessler, for that wonderful introduction. Now, I'm up here. Let me catch my breath first. I've been running around the back stages of the audience. But anyway, I'm here to basically award the All USA Academic Team recognizes that the high-achieving college students who demonstrate academic excellence combined with their leadership and service that extends their education beyond the classroom. This highly competitive and prestigious award is sponsored by the American Association of Community Colleges and Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society for two-year colleges. This year's WCC All USA Academic Team are Nakalea Thompson Fan, who pursuing a transfer degree. Who's pursuing a transfer degree, and Miss Lisa Flick. Who has completed her professional technical degree in PTA. Oh, sorry, side conversation. After a profound recovery through the practice of yoga, Lisa discovered her passion for healing people through the movement and mindfulness. With a decade of experience, she applied to Whatcom's Physical Therapist Assistant Program to further her education and broaden her scope of practice. Lisa believes in the power of community and works to inspire her colleagues to advocate for the advancement of physical therapy profession. As a student, she serves as the student liaison voice for all of PTAs across the state of Washington. This inspired her current services as Core Ambassador and Leadership Scholarship with the American Physical Therapy Association. All right. And Ms. Nakalea is an international student that truly exemplifies what it means to be a leader. In her first year at WCC, she took on the challenging role of a senator for the Associated Students of Whatcom Community College. She is also a volunteer leader with the planned team at Talks Time at Whatcom, a community for international students to practice their English conversational skills in a safe space. She has maintained a perfect GPA, all while studying in her unfamiliar country and immersing herself in the campus community. After completing her media arts degree here at Whatcom, she plans to transfer to Cal State University, Long Beach, and study film and electronic arts. She hopes to find a career in the film production. I am awarding her. Now see what they were talking about. You all are dim, so I can only see little heads kind of sticking in the background. Excuse me. So our next awards are the Academic Excellence and Achievement. These awards honor students who excel in the college's academic program. We have many excellent students in the program across the college's curriculum. And the faculty weigh many criteria in choosing one as the finest in the discipline. For the students selected for these awards, this is indeed an honor, and on behalf of the faculty of this college, Whatcom Community College, I extend our congratulations to all of you. These awards are in recognition of your meaningful contributions, your presence in our classrooms, and your personal achievements. First, we have a commendation for chemistry. Please welcome chemistry instructor Paul Frazee.
Thank you. My colleague, Professor DeRoy, couldn't be here this evening, so he asked me to read his comments, which I'm glad to do because I had both of these students in class last year. Professor DeRoy had them for a full year of organic chemistry this year. Okay, so there's so much in common between Rachel Sisley and Aaron Belsvik that it is no surprise that they would both be receiving the chemistry award this year. After each already earned a bachelor's degree, they needed to do something different. In order to recalibrate themselves, they returned to school, to Whatcom, to get the necessary coursework for entry into naturopathy for Aaron and veterinary medicine for Rachel. Yeah, come on up. Rachel and Aaron were fantastic in the classroom, not only because of their academics, but also for their work with others in a small group setting. They supported the learning of others when appropriate by having other members of their groups explain answers and how they arrived at those answers, which made these students feel welcome and heard. Aaron extended this service by being a tutor in the Learning Commons for over a year. You may think that Rachel and Aaron took all 2 years of chemistry together. In fact, they've only been working together this past year when they enrolled in organic chemistry. They were always the nucleus of whatever small group that formed. Everyone in the chemistry program and other science disciplines knew this would be a tough decision were it to come down to only choosing one student for the chemistry award. We're most grateful that both Aaron and Rachel were able to receive recognition. Thank you.
All right, next I'd like to welcome the economics instructor, Doug Robertson.
Good evening. Can you hear me? I can't hear anything out here. Okay, great. This year I'm honored to announce that the Economic Discipline Award is going to Noah Hempelbang. Now this is not easy. Come on up, Noah. Nice fan club. I say it's not easy because, notwithstanding what you think, economics is complicated, fun, interesting, and requires a lot of dedication. And there are a lot of wonderful students. Whatcom has a transfer program where you have to take micro and macro. I teach the latter, macro. I'll be teaching micro next year. And it compiles the whole learning of basic economics. And Noah excelled at this. He is truly an exceptional student in the main ways that it counts. First of all, he has what it takes with a very inquisitive mind. Yes, he's very smart, but he asks that next question. I'd bring up a topic, we'd talk about it, the class would be going on, it's going really well, I think it's great. And then he asks, but what if? Violating ceteris paribus every day by asking, well, how do you take it to the next level? And once he took it to the next level in his own mind, he would then apply his unbelievable work ethic. This is one of the few students that I've had. I tell all my students, send me drafts. I'll comment on anything. He did. Every discussion, every homework, every paper, get a draft. I'd send back comments, and then he'd incorporate those comments or call me up and say, what did you mean by this? What was fascinating is because of those comments, he then expanded his understanding even more to a level where I got excited, I'm an econ nerd, to read his papers. They were wonderful. Probably most important in a career is he is a gracious human being. He would sit there and rarely take notes. We're like, really, how can you learn this without taking? He'd do it. And then there'd be a small group discussion. And we shifted around in macro, talking about all sorts of, yes, fascinating topics. And he would go out of his way to help ask the other students questions in a way that was not like, don't you understand this? Instead it was, do you think it's like that? Or maybe it's something like this. And he was able to help other students come up to the same level he was at with the understanding and application. Notwithstanding my best efforts, he's not going into economics. I'll keep trying. But he is going to go on with his associate's degree in business and go on into a career of accounting, to which he has applied some economics to a level that even I didn't understand. So Noah, congratulations. He's going to the University of Washington. Go Huskies.
Congratulations. Next, I'd like to welcome the biology instructor, Ms. Telia Sagal.
Thank you, sorry. Okay, Joe, you want to come on up? It is my pleasure to award the 2023 Outstanding Student Award for the Biology, Environmental Science, and Nutrition discipline to Joe Felipe Castaneda Gonzalez. I had the pleasure of getting to know Joe as a student in my winter section of Cell and Molecular Biology for majors. I was immediately impressed with Joe's intense curiosity, his impressive intellect, and most of all, his kind and humble nature. Joe was always the first one to class and the last one to leave. On the rare occasion Joe didn't immediately understand a topic or idea, he quickly took the initiative to seek out clarification and elaboration. Joe's personality is infectious, and he gets along with everyone he encounters. His peers, who are lucky enough to be in the same class as Joe, know that he's always willing to help explain difficult ideas or show up to, and usually lead, a study group. In addition to Joe's rigorous course load, which most quarters consists of biology, chemistry, and calculus, Joe also works as a tutor in the tutoring center, helping other students with chemistry, biology, and math. Joe will be attending Washington State University in Pullman this fall, where he will major in neuroscience, or possibly biochemistry. After he completes his bachelor's degree, Joe plans to attend medical school to fulfill his dream of helping others by becoming a physician. Joe is going to have a tremendous positive impact on many lives in the future, and we all look forward to hearing about all of his wonderful accomplishments in the years to come.
Congratulations. Next, I would like to welcome early childhood education instructor, Darcy Dunnigan.
Hi, I'm presenting on behalf of Kim Doyle, who couldn't be here tonight. So Annika will be graduating in June with her AAS in Early Childhood Ed. As one would expect of any student receiving this award, Annika's academic record is stellar. She received A grades in all her classes. Her work is always exceptionally well done, reflecting not only a deep understanding of course content, but also her ability to apply what she's learning in her work with children. In our field, we often are given the opportunity to get to know our students more than most students. Many of them are working in the field, allowed us to get to know them as professionals and eventually colleagues. Annika is employed at the YMCA Child Development Center in Berkeley Village. She was recently promoted from lead teacher position to a program supervisor. This places her in a position to oversee quality, ensure the needs of children are being met, and support other program personnel in their direct work with children, as well as many administrative duties. Kim wanted to share that she had the opportunity to work with Annika as she completed her final internship for her degree. Throughout this experience, she's had the pleasure of listening to Annika discuss her work and see her in action, which has only served to confirm her dedication to the field and to the children and the families we serve. Among other descriptors, ECE professional standards define high-quality early childhood educators as caring, committed, engaged, respectful, responsive, purposeful, and passionate. Annika exemplifies all these qualities, and we couldn't be more pleased than to have this opportunity to award her in this way.
Next, I'd like to welcome Engineering Discipline Lead Eric Davishaw.
I'm here to recognize Alex Kelly as the unanimous choice of the engineering faculty as this year's outstanding engineering student. Alex, I think, has taken almost every engineering course at the college, and I think a strong A in every one. Yep. No surprise. Alex is an exceptional student, strong leader, and a valuable member of the engineering student community. He routinely demonstrates content mastery with near-perfect exam scores and impressive work on open-ended projects, generally going well above and beyond expectations on those projects with analysis you might expect at the graduate school level. You'll find Alex asking clarifying questions, probing the nuance of topics that students are just starting to grapple with, evidence of his motivation to get the most of every learning opportunity. He commonly finishes assignments well before due dates, going well above expectations, as I mentioned, but still stays engaged, helping and supporting other students in their work both inside and outside of class time. In fact, sometimes as an instructor with Alex in the classroom, it feels like he's doing our jobs. He'll literally float around table to table, asking students how he can help clarify a concept, asking them probing and leading questions, how they can solve a problem more efficiently, and doing it quite well. I just sit back and watch. Alex's enthusiasm, collaboration skills, and academic prowess will serve him well next year in the mechanical engineering program at Washington State University in Everett. And he's got a bright future as an engineer. Congratulations, Alex.
Next, I would like to welcome ESOL, English Speakers of Other Languages, faculty member Ines Pablet.
Hey, okay. Well, hi everybody. I have the honor of presenting our Academic Excellence and Achievement Award to Ryonosuke Masuzuka. I am representing our whole program. Literally every teacher has contributed to the comments that I'm getting to share. Yeah. So Ryonosuke Masuzuka began his studies and joined the Whatcom Community College soccer team in the summer of 2022. And by the way, is an excellent soccer player. I've really enjoyed watching your games. He started studying intensive English at level 4 in the then ESLA program. That's what we used to be called. And steadily gained competence in English, moving through the new ESOL program this academic year. Thanks to his diligence and hard work, his next English class will be English 101. Nice. According to John Toof and myself, Ryunosuke is a leader among his peers. Ryunosuke is responsible, motivated, and collaborative in the classroom. He always goes beyond the requirements of assignments and is genuinely curious about his learning. Kirsten Lutz, another one of our instructors, wrote, "Ryunosuke is also kind and helpful. For example, when we had a new student join our class one quarter, he went out of his way to make that student feel welcome and to help them out. He's just an all-around good guy, good athlete, good student, good human." It is a joy and an honor to present this award to Ryunosuke Masuzuka.
Next, I'd like to welcome English instructor Amanda Hinkle.
I have the privilege of presenting 2 Outstanding Student Awards from the English department. The first one for Outstanding Student in Composition, Allison Rogers. As a student, a writer, and a Writing Center reader, Allison has shown exemplary compassion and empathy for students on their journeys as writers, courage to step out of her comfort zone, perseverance in research on issues of identity, dedication to educating others around LGBTQ topics, and willingness, curiosity, and bravery to try leadership roles. Allison also had a wonderful impact in those early months returning to in-person work. She was amazing with Writing Center students during that very tough time. Allison has overcome significant challenges as a transgender student. She provides a safe and brave space for students of all social identities to collaborate, learn, and grow. In an essay she wrote titled, "Assimilation in Academia, an examination of what it means to be different in a sphere that demands otherwise," she explores issues of identity that the Academy needs to hear. She makes the most of every opportunity, including integrating anti-racist writing assessment ecologies in her Writing Center work. Our promise at Whatcom is that we transform lives through education. She embodies this promise in her growth as a student and provides this promise for other students. Allison will continue to make wonderful contributions to academia and the world. The English Department Award for Outstanding Student in Literature goes to Seneca Lowry. Seneca is a truly outstanding student. In English 101, Seneca demonstrated a commitment to social justice as well as a gift for literary analysis. They wrote persuasively on the importance of LGBTQ representation in fantasy fiction, illustrating that fantasy's versatility makes it an ideal genre for imagining a healthy, accepting society in which queer people belong. In the Introduction to American Literature course, Seneca revealed a knack for nuanced, sophisticated interpretation of poems and stories, and they wrote vigorously and expressively in support of their analyses. Seneca is motivated by love of literature and genuine intellectual curiosity, which leads them to develop original and exciting ideas. Their skill with language makes their writing a pleasure to read. Seneca's work in the Writing Center has also been exceptional. They have been a leader in the anti-racist writing assessment of the center and have worked as an embedded tutor in more than one composition course. Seneca's willingness to work with others while employing current theoretical approaches is exemplary. Combined with their deep appreciation of literary art, their skill in literary studies makes them our wonderful choice for outstanding student in literature.
Next, I'd like to welcome Geography Discipline Lead Ed Chatterton.
This is Josie Smith. I'll explain and talk about her in just a minute. A little bit about geography. Most of you all had to deal with throughout your childhood, right? Rivers, oceans, all that sort of stuff. And that's important. But there's much more to it. Geography is a discipline of interaction. As I've heard different disciplines come up here, chemistry, economics. I teach economic geography. I teach chemical geography, if you will. There's even that part of it. And because of this human interaction, the discipline of geography informs so many other areas. Now, Josie was a student in my physical geography class, winter 2003. She excelled in, it was 2020? Yeah, 23. I keep forgetting, as time goes on. In every academic arena, she excelled. I'm hearing that common thread. Anybody else noticing that one of the highlights of the students is their interaction with other students and how they bring out the best in each other. Thank you for doing that so well. One particular assignment I'd like to talk about is we had a PowerPoint presentation dealing with particular world problems. Josie's exemplary work on this one, her problem that she chose was the issue of urban heat islands, which does not sound too thrilling, but actually is. Their environmental, cultural impact, and potential solutions. Josie created an outstanding presentation for the class, allowed student interaction, brought out points, encouraged solutions. All in all, you were a joy to work with. And I suspect that no matter where you go, you will excel. If you need any letter of recommendation, you got it, okay? Thank you, Josie Smith.
Next, I'd like to welcome Department Chair and Geology Oceanography Discipline Lead, Katja Kraft.
Okay, so Jen Zovar couldn't be here today to represent the Anthropology Award, and so I'm going to pretend to be Jen to present this award. So it's written in the first person, so bear with me, pretend that I am Jen. I won't do it justice. Song Bailey has taken a number of courses in anthropology at WCC, and her work has been wide-ranging and academically excellent. In biological anthropology, she researched cranial modification patterns in South America and prepared a wonderful podcast about howler monkeys that I've used as an example in subsequent classes. For the record, I want to hear that. In cultural anthropology, she looked at how medium-scale farmers in the campesinos they employ have been affected by the growth of soybean agrobusiness. In archaeology, she worked with a partner on a project that maps sanctioned and unsanctioned public art in downtown Bellingham. In addition, she was a student in a UW-sponsored archaeology field experience to Vietnam that I co-taught in the summer of 2022. In all contexts, I have found Song to be a diligent researcher, a bright intellect, and a person who is capable of persevering through challenging experiences both in and out of the classroom. Song has let me know she is interested in majoring in anthropology with a focus on archaeology and hopes to work in cultural resource management, hopefully starting very soon. I'm looking forward to seeing where Song goes from here. And I've had the pleasure of having Song in a couple of my classes, and I can verify, outstanding, definitely award, worthy of award. Congratulations. All right, now I'm Katja. Sorry, go ahead. Did you want to, should I call?
You doing the next?
Okay, Alexis Watkins is our awardee. For outstanding geoscience student. Alexis has taken almost every geology class that is offered in our department, and while they took an oceanography class because they thought it sounded like an interesting way to get a science credit, little did they know they would soon get hooked. Yes. Through a lot of setbacks, they persisted and will now be headed to Western for a marine biology degree. But along the way, they have been out to sea on an oceanographic research vessel, received a highly competitive 2-year scholarship program through the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association. Alexis is curious, thoughtful, reflective, and an incredible scientific storyteller. In the wide array of classes and field excursions, I've had the opportunity to see Alexis investigate tide pools, sand, collaborate with researchers to Western to study minerals using the LAICPMS, Laser Ablation Inductive Coupling Plasma Mass Spectrometer. For more details on that, check out her poster at the showcase next week. Pull crazy gelatinous algae out of the ocean at 10 p.m. at night and work through how to best share all of this with her peers. As a scientist and a science communicator, I have no doubts that Alexis will go on to do great things, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Next, I'd like to welcome history instructor Mary Haberman.
Hi, I'm here to introduce you to Lillian Zabihi. She is the outstanding student for history this year. Lillian excelled in history. I once wrote some comments on an assignment that she gave or turned in. You're kind of brilliant, and she really is brilliant. In class discussions, Lillian made contributions that were unique and impressive. She made connections and saw meanings that other students and I hadn't really thought of yet. She's open-minded. She seeks to understand and try on ideas even when she also can see their weaknesses. Lillian's curious and sharp mind is combined with kindness and humbleness, which makes it easier for other students to interact with her. She was really a joy to have in class. And I'll give you a few examples of the kind of research that she dove into when she had the option to make some choices. She explored the 1920s American-influenced modern woman in Japan, inspired by a painting in our textbook and a podcast that she'd heard about it. She interviewed her father about his experience leaving Iran during the revolution for what was supposed to be a little minor class presentation. And she explored modernist art and discovered how it was used to demonstrate the freedom of the West in contrast with communist restrictions on artistic expression during the Cold War. Really interesting work. Lillian's reflections showed that she really understands the complexities of history and history's importance in addressing the problems of today. Luckily for us, Lillian's going to be back at Whatcom next year, and she is the outstanding student in history this year. Lillian Zabihi.
Next, I have the honor of introducing or bringing to the stage Japanese instructor Sasuku Buckley.
Good evening. I'm honored to introduce Grayson Van Grover, who is an outstanding student in my 5 Japanese classes. I have known Grayson since fall 2022, when he started learning Japanese 121. In spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, I finally switched my teaching modality from WebMeet to in-person. I'm so glad to meet Grayson in person in the fall and continue to teach Japanese throughout the year to see him grow. He has been continuing to challenge himself in Japanese by taking the higher level of reading and writing kanji class, the Chinese characters class, in addition to the regular Japanese classes simultaneously. Grayson has a number of strong characteristics, including intellectual curiosity about Japanese language and culture, strong analytical skills, and dedicated work ethic. And he consistent engagement in learning and performance, and the learning outcomes guaranteed. All straight A's in my 5 classes. He intends to be majoring in linguistics and possibly engineering as well at the University of Washington upon completion of an AA degree of Arts and Humanities here at Whatcom. And I'm certain that Grayson's these strong characteristics will be the assets to support his success in his both personal and professional growth in the future. Grayson-san, おめでとうございます。
Can we have another round of applause for the awardees that's been so far? Next, I'd like to welcome Medical Assisting Discipline Lead Karen Piet.
Oh, wow, I know what you mean now, Barry. It is very bright. You can't really see anybody. Makes it a little challenging. What do I say about Kia? Oh, my. Kia has been through it, and I mean through it. An error in a 2020 medical procedure resulted in sepsis. The resultant PTSD and additional health issues have been challenging for Kia, to say the least. She even lost somebody very special a couple months ago, right? Some people would have collapsed under life's pressures, but not Kia. Prior to entering the medical assisting program, Kia taught kids with special needs as a substitute paraeducator. How cool is that? She entered the medical assisting program so she could help others because she knows what it's like to be sick and suffer through illness. Throughout her time in the MA program, Kia has demonstrated academic excellence. Since starting the program, Kia has averaged just under a 3.9 GPA, not too shabby, not too bad. She is always prepared and has an excellent grasp on class material. Kia is a leader who always advocates for both her classmates and the medical assisting program as a whole. During spring orientation, for the next incoming group of students, Kia demonstrated leadership by answering student questions as needed. It's important to note that her efforts do not stop in the classroom. One time in lab, she came in with hats she had crocheted for the homeless. That is just the kind of person Kia is. The empathy and humility she demonstrated during her time at Whatcom will transfer to excellent patient care in the near future. Just finishing up practicum, so searching for jobs now, if she doesn't already have one. When I was talking with Kia in preparation for today's honor, she told me she is the adopted daughter of 2 teachers who instilled a work ethic in her. Her parents told her to always have a solution to a problem. It is my honor to present the Medical Assisting Discipline Award to Kia Galenzi.
Next, I'd like to welcome Music Discipline Lead, Melanie Seaman.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce Music Honors nominee Zola Azevedo. Zola is the kind of musician that musicians want to work with. He's a performer who brings a rich set of skills and experiences and a generous musical spirit. Equally at home, improvising over a blues tune on accordion, performing solo classical piano repertoire, or composing music for film, Zola is able to see the value of new musical ideas and combine these into something new and meaningful. He has consistently been a positive creative force in the chamber music, contemporary music, and jazz ensembles this year, where collaboration and an openness to new ideas and methods is absolutely necessary. In contemporary music ensemble, his group's original score for a NASA Artemis launch video was particularly memorable. In addition to being a collaborative leader, Zola has shown a curiosity and a willingness to dig deeper. In applied music, he chose to take on both jazz accordion and classical piano, taking on a double load. In honors seminar, his research and presentation on the music and life of Woody Guthrie was insightful and relevant, drawing connections to today's musical and social landscape. Despite being dealt some big life challenges this year, Zola continues to show up with the same enthusiasm and curiosity, and I look forward to what comes. Congratulations, Zola.
Next, I'd like to welcome nursing instructor Mary Lou Petich.
Hello, everyone. The nursing faculty is very pleased to recognize Gladys Johnson as the recipient of the 2023 Nursing Discipline Award. Throughout the 2 years of the nursing program, Gladys has demonstrated both persistence and resiliency. Nursing school is hard, and Gladys found ways to excel with her academic and clinical work. She regularly demonstrates caring and compassion and authentic empathy, as well as an elevated level of personal and professional advocacy and practice within the framework of moral justice. Gladys incorporates an in-depth knowledge of the science and art of nursing into all that she does for her assigned clients, using her developing technical skills and knowledge to guide the quality nursing care she provides. Her continual commitment to the profession of nursing is evident. She represents Whatcom Community College and the nursing profession in a way that lives out the philosophy of the college, as well as nursing program. Finally, Gladys demonstrates her professional, informal leadership qualities with peers in clinical practice by being proactive and taking the lead in simulations and in clinical practice. We are confident she will be an asset to the community, delivering high-quality, safe, client-centered care. We welcome her to the nursing profession.
Next, I'd like to welcome philosophy discipline lead Kirsten Ergenson.
Hi, I would like to welcome Melissa Yurevich, who is the Philosophy Discipline Award recipient for this year. Melissa is a highly motivated, organized, and engaged student who is quite frankly a joy to have in 3 philosophy courses. In the honors course, Virtue in the Good Life, the class chose a service learning project focused on connecting Whatcom students with campus resources. Melissa was in immediate contact with Orca Central to schedule a tour for the class and to ask about ways the class could be most helpful. What was evident to me was that Melissa was motivated by a sincere desire to help struggling students at Whatcom. Even while dealing with personal hardships, she elevates everyone else around her. Melissa plans to be a teacher after she finishes her BA degree, and unquestionably, I can't say that word. I give up. She will make an excellent teacher. We wish her the best of luck as she continues her education at Western next year.
Next, I'd like to welcome political science instructor Barry Maxwell.
Welcome, Jessica Hirono, here to receive the Political Science Discipline Award. Jess is a dream student for those of us with discussion-based classes. I and other teachers who've had Jessica all say she's engaging, communicative, and knows her facts. Yet she was polite and sensitive to what other students were saying and always helped the discussion along in useful ways. This was especially impressive as an international student from Indonesia with newly acquired English speaking and writing skills, something I never would have figured when she showed up in my class. Her research always dug deeper than simply meeting course requirements. She sincerely wanted to know how things worked and what was going on in the world. I saw Jessica in American government, and my colleagues saw her in history and economics courses. She was conversant and thorough in all of them, with an impressive breadth and depth of knowledge she developed in each class as she learned the material. Whether it was the problems of political polarization or the finer points of economic policy, which she dealt with in a number of different classes, including mine, Jessica always brought information that enriched the discussion. Jessica plans to move on to the University of Washington this fall to pursue studies in finance and economics. We wish her well.
Next, I'd like to welcome psychology instructor Colette Coburn.
Congratulations to all of the award recipients. This is very cool. At any rate, I would like to tell you a little bit about our psychology student, Joshua Norton. I first met Josh in a hybrid section of a lifespan course I was teaching last fall. This particular course had a seminar number of students rather than a full-size lecture course. Among other things, a seminar-style course is often set up so that more discussion can take place. Right from the start, Josh was up for the task and willing to do the class this way. Since we were a smaller group, I could easily observe how Josh energized his classmates. And he not only had great energy for our course, as a student, he consistently produced excellent work. When Josh said he'd be interested in working on a learning contract with me the following quarter, I happily agreed to be his mentor. My learning contract students tend to be outstanding, but even among learning contract students, Josh was a standout. His topic for the contract related to the psychology of climate change. What really made his work excellent, besides his academic performance, and what really impressed me, was the presentation he prepared and gave to a section of general psychology students of mine. At the onset of his work for the contract, Josh realized that communication tactics used historically for talking about the importance of climate change and personal action may not only be ineffective at this time, that is, using scare tactics, the typical tactics may actually impede useful action, leaving young people in particular feeling disinterested, disengaged, or even in denial about what is going on all over the world, including locally. But Josh saw through that and created a presentation that students could hear. The way he did this was to focus on climate nihilism, something he previously experienced, and which would be a natural response to the situation that we are currently in with climate change. He turned his own climate nihilism into climate optimism. His audience was very engaged and receptive to how he was framing the problem and suggesting solutions for change. Josh even had a young student ask if he could come to their high school or group to talk with other students about filling a cup. That is, about things folks can do to provide energy around making the changes we need to ward off the worst of climate change to come. He described convincingly how doable this is. I am happy to honor Joshua Norton with Whatcom Community College Psychology Student Excellence Award this year. I'm sure that he will go far in his endeavors. He's bright, he's motivated, and he has the skill of motivating others. He will be valued wherever he goes next. I'm so glad that we got to have him here for a short time at Whatcom Community College before he goes to his next institution, where he will undoubtedly continue mindful, informed, relevant work. Congratulations, Josh, on being the 2023 Whatcom Community College Psychology Excellence Student Award recipient.
Next, I'd like to welcome Computer Science and Software Development Discipline Lead, Daryl Chris.
I'd like to introduce someone to you who has been with the software development program from its very beginning, the fall of 2021. Can you believe that? Judy has worked out in business for a law firm, and she was looking for a change of pace. She wanted to try her hand at software development. She was a little nervous at first, but she found that she really enjoyed problem solving in general and programming specific. Oops. Judy has the qualities which all of the, Judy has shown qualities which all of the employers who I've talked with say they desire most in an employee. Curiosity, tenacity, respect for others. She's a cheerful and hard worker and works well with others. In the 2 years that I've known her, she has never said to me, I give up, I can't do this, or I'm not going to be able to turn in this assignment. Every time she hits a brick wall, she's always stopped, thought it over, and will come at it from a different approach, and she'll keep doing it until she solves the problem. This past quarter, it was with pride that I watched Judy step out of the classroom and into the workplace to do her first internship. She absolutely flourished in the work environment that she was in. When I met up with Judy and her supervisor this past quarter, I asked her supervisor, how can the software development program better prepare our students to work for your company? The supervisor replied, among other things, send me 10 more Judys. So Judy, it is with pride and honor that we award you the Software Development Award of Excellence.
Next, I'd like to welcome Spanish instructor Angela Edinburgh.
Tried to sneak to the podium, but that's fine. Okay. It is my honor to present the Discipline Award for Spanish to Sada Cower. Yay! Sada is a phenomenal student and joy to have in class. She moved to the United States from Italy 4 years ago. Her talents, work ethic, and worldview are unique and impressive. I appreciate her responses and questions in class. She takes the material studied in class, personalizes it, and challenges herself to go further. Sada's professional goals include working as a translator at an embassy in the US or Canada. She knows Punjabi, Hindi, English, and Italian, and is currently studying Spanish and French. I enjoy she's very impressive, yes, I echo that, woo! I have the best conversations with her in Spanish and English. I enjoy my conversations with Sada about culture, linguistics, and world events. We both like grammar and happily discuss grammatical aspects of Spanish together also. Sada is kind and helpful with her classmates. She plans to transfer to Western and major in Spanish and French. Felicidades, Sada. Congratulations.
Next, I'd like to welcome Art Discipline Lead Rob Bushling.
Hello. I'd like to congratulate Solstice Black. Solstice, these comments are from myself and also Catherine Taylor. Solstice is an outstanding student who pursues their creative endeavors with passion. They frequently attend open studio times to complete projects and freely offer help to their peers during class sessions. Solstice presents creative solutions to their assignments that push beyond the rubric and embrace a personal creative voice. Kathleen Taylor wrote, "As a student in 115, Solstice Black was memorably passionate about making and discussing art, while earning very high scores in all assignments and quizzes and exhibiting a keen interest in visual concepts generally. What stood out to me was the clarity and enthusiasm of Solstice's writing on the challenges and joy of making art." Congratulations.
Solstice, can you please remain on stage? I'd like to introduce Communication Study Instructor Guy Smith.
Let's have a big hand for our award winner for the Communication Studies discipline, Solstice Black! I'm a firm believer that everyone needs an introduction like that. Thank you, Dr. Berry. As their name suggests, like the sun, Solstice has performed the pinnacle of presentations. Every one of them worthy of being used as samples for exactly how a student should prepare, practice, and perform recorded and in-person introductory, informative, entertaining, ceremonial, and persuasive presentations. In fact, Solstice was recently nominated by our public speaking instructors to represent Whatcom Community College in the statewide Inspirational Speech Championship. Beyond giving consistently exemplary speeches, however, they were also incredibly engaged with all additional course content, and they were always eager to assist other students. Further, in an effort to pursue greater depth of knowledge and continue assuaging their intellectual curiosity, Solstice is excelling in the honors program as well, where they have continued their joy for a variety of arts and art forms, as you just saw. Also including a passion for feminist, gender, and queer studies. And, as if their schedule isn't busy enough, just last week, Solstice was a guest teacher for one of my classes, providing a depth of cited information and practical, real-time examples of ChatGPT, using a variety of interactive andragogy that culminated in a lively class-wide discussion of the ethics and possible future of this artificial intelligence. Solstice, I'm proud of your many accomplishments. You hear me say this, I mean it. Honored whenever I'm in your presence, and I look forward to what your future holds. Thank you, and congratulations.
I don't know if I can introduce anybody like that, so I might have to take some lessons. Last but not least, I'd like to welcome English language learner instructor, Catalina Hope.
Hello. I brought my tribe with me right here. Thank you. I have the great honor to introduce Ms. Carolina Guzman for the... And also here standing next to me is Andres Garcia and Iki Twingnamala. And they both work with me and have worked with Carolina for a few years. And so they wanted to be here just to underscore how much we are so proud of her and how we honor her. And I have to preface too that with Carolina, I remember in our department when we were trying to, we all have this difficult decision of how are we going to choose the person in our department. And so other people talked about their students. And for me, I knew in my heart and my head, there was no question. Carolina was the winner. So congratulations, Carolina. In fall 2019, Carolina Guzman started with me in a beginning English class for multilingual students. She had just moved to the United States with her husband and children. And please stop and consider really how difficult this is. She came here to a brand new country, a new culture, new community, new language. And she also had these children and her husband that she was nurturing and taking care of. It was really difficult. But each time, every day, she came into class and she did so with a smile and a great sense of humor. And sometimes at the end of potluck, she came in with pozole. Then the COVID shutdown happened in early 2020. And during the pandemic, Carolina, she came steadfastly to Zoom classes. And she faced a lot of challenges like so many students did. But one challenge that she had, which to me is a hard to believe aspect of her being in class, is she just had a baby too. And her baby, Jarek, was the youngest student I've ever had. We survived the Zoom environment together, and Carolina, she enthusiastically returned to class with me face-to-face. And last year, she also completed an additional parenting class. Then, last summer, she got her first job in the United States. I was so excited for her. Then guess what she did? She got a second job. A second job. And she still was taking English classes and had a baby. And her whole life, I mean, it was so challenging and so difficult. But now she's looking forward to the future too. She's moved up a couple levels, of course, and now she's in a high intermediate class. She is now thinking about getting a degree in some kind of medical profession. So if you see her in a clinic or a hospital and she says, "Where do you want your shot?" Don't be intimidated. She's really nice. And I have to say, too, that her culinary skills with pozole, that was not a factor in our choosing her. Last but not least, I want to say that I had a discussion with administration, Dr. Barry Robinson, and negotiated that for Carolina to speak, and I actually deleted a bunch of my speech. Can you imagine if I kept on talking? So here's Carolina. Welcome, Carolina.
thank you for coming. I am very excited because today is very important for me, my husband, and Darren. I am nervous. Thank you very much.
We are so proud of you, Carolina. You're a superhero. Orgullosa de ti.
Congratulations to all of our deserving student honorees. Can we get a good round of applause for these student honorees? And thank you to all the faculty for sharing your student stories with us. Can we get a good round of applause for all the faculty? Now, please join me in welcoming President Kathy Hiani Brown back to the stage for final award of the evening.
Okay. Well, I'm back on stage to present the final two awards. And I wish I had Guy Smith here. Can you do a drum roll or something like that? Where are you? Okay, thank you so much. So the last two awards, the presentation of the Laidlaw Award and the President's Award, is a great tradition here at the college. These awards recognize the achievements of WCC graduates who have accumulated exceptional records as students. Candidates must be nominated by college staff or faculty, and a cross-campus selection committee gives or provides recommendations to me for the final selection. Each year, 2 outstanding students are chosen to receive these awards for their leadership, academic excellence, personal growth, and commendable service to the college community. The Laidlaw Award is named in honor of WCC's second president, William J. Laidlaw. William, or Bill as he was known, was recognized throughout Washington state for his dedication to educational excellence. To qualify for the Laidlaw Award, a student must have demonstrated personal growth, college service, and academic achievement. She, he, or they must maintain a 3.0 or higher GPA while making significant contributions to fellow students and the college. This year, drum roll again, please. The 2023 Laidlaw Award goes to Jessica Van Diest. Jessica, please join me on stage. Congratulations, Jessica. Jessica has earned 3 credentials from Whatcom Community College, which is remarkable. A medical assisting certificate, an Associate in Arts and Sciences, DTA, and an Associate's in Nursing, DTA, MRP. Jessica overcame significant barriers in her quest to become a nurse. Her accomplishments demonstrate her hard work and resilience. Jessica became a single mother at age 19 and understood that she needed to find a means to support her and her daughter. She started at WCC in 1997, graduating with her certificate in medical assisting, and worked in the community for 20 years with the goal of becoming a nurse. She returned to WCC in 2017 to continue working on nursing requirements, where she flourished academically. She received her Associate in Arts and Science DTA degree in 2020. and she was happily accepted into Whatcom's nursing program, a highly competitive program, in the spring of 2021. Jessica was nominated for this award by the entire group of nursing faculty as her efforts struck a resounding chord. Here are some of the things they shared about Jessica. Quotes, "She overcame substantial hurdles to arrive at her final nursing school success, being a full-time nursing student and a single mother of 2 children. In addition, she persevered with scholastic excellence in spite of a learning disability. She was an excellent student in all aspects, displaying professionalism and maturity that makes any educator glad to have her in class. Even in the graduation pinning of her cohort in winter of 2023, Jessica stepped up and was elected by her peers to be the class speaker, which she did very happily, and she did very well. Giving back to her community and serving a greater good began for Jessica as far back as high school. She grew up on her family's 5-acre farm, where her family instilled sustainability practices, hard work, and service to the community. During elementary school and throughout high school, she was drawn to helping others by volunteering to work with developmentally delayed students, which is when she realized she wanted to pursue a career in healthcare. Jessica enjoys helping her peers and participating in their successes. In spite of her busy academic work and home schedules, Jessica served as the vice president of the student nurses of Whatcom County and president in the fall of 2022 to the winter of 2023. She organized club meetings, recruited guest speakers, communicated and was responsible for spreading communication through the entire club and throughout the nursing program, and provided and promoted events such as extracurricular meetups. Jessica also volunteered her time as a student actor in the simulation, faculty and lab instructors on numerous occasions. You're very brave. I would say you are extremely courageous for volunteering in the simulation lab. Jessica is truly dedicated to her community. She served as a first aid volunteer for the Bellingham Bay Marathon and volunteered 120 hours as a precepting nurse in the Peace Health Emergency Department. During COVID, she helped out on her parents' farm to plant, grow, and harvest produce, donating over 3,000 pounds of fresh produce to the Ferndale Food Bank. Thank you. Jessica's future is bright. She is a role model, and she is just newly employed, is that correct? As a registered nurse. And I'm hoping after her experiences out in the field, she will perhaps contemplate a return to WCC as a nurse educator. So congratulations to Jessica. Congratulations again. So proud of you. Now, the final award of the evening, the President's Award, honors extraordinary service to the campus community and significant contributions to a discipline or program of study. The recipient of the President's Award also exemplifies the highest standards of academic accomplishment, maintaining a minimum GPA of 3.5 or above. The winner of the President's Award, drum roll please from the audience, for 2023 is Cece Lovelace. Cece. Cece is a self-starter and an advocate for historically resilient populations. Her academic focus on becoming an electrical engineer is unparalleled. She has an outstanding academic record, possessing a 3.94 GPA. She exhibits not only is disciplined as a student, but exhibits deep commitment to her involvement with her classmates on our campus. She participates in the Advocates for Women in Science, Engineering, and Math Club, was admitted and contributes to the STEM Excellence through the Engagement in Collaboration, Research, and Scholarship Program, is an engineering peer mentor, serves as a math tutor, and was invited to join the Honorary Society Phi Theta Kappa. CC champions underrepresented minorities in STEM and chartered a Black Student Union where she serves in the role of vice president. Her motivation behind these efforts are to work with other students to create a safe space for Black students on campus and to be a role model that many young students need. CC manages to do all of this while working full-time. This is extremely commendable. You have done some wonderful work, and because of all of your efforts and your academic accomplishments, you have been already accepted into UW's Competitive Electrical and Computer Engineering program. She has also made applications to 2 other universities, Stanford and Howard, and I don't know if you've heard yet from them, but very good options. But I have to say, I'm rooting for the University of Washington, so we can keep you here in our state. Eric Davishall, engineering faculty, began working with CC in 2021 and shared quotes. I have CC as a student in Engineering 240, Applied Numerical Methods. I can confidently say she is among the top 5 students who I've ever worked with in the 15 years of teaching this course. She commonly finishes assignments well before due dates, but stays engaged, helping and supporting other students in their work. Her work on open-ended projects is exemplary, going well beyond the minimum requirements and approaching graduate-level analysis with her insight as she explores the nuances of the course content. It is no surprise that she is essentially a straight-A student in a challenging engineering curriculum. He goes on to say that he is impressed by CC's focus and drive as she works toward her academic and career goals as an engineer working in the medical device industry, with a larger goal of addressing systemic racial biases in the U.S. healthcare system and for improving health outcomes in communities of color. CC has an incredible work ethic. As a tutor in the Math Center, she works with students from diverse backgrounds and explores ways to connect and support them. Thank you, CC, for your commitment to helping other students be successful in their studies. And I also want to say congratulations and best wishes for a bright future. We will be following you as you go on to your career path, and hopefully we will be able to celebrate your next success wherever you are. Just let us know how you're doing, and please keep in contact, and congratulations. Congratulations to both of you and to all the students. You know, one of the joys of working here is being able to recognize all of you for your accomplishments. And I do want to add an extra thank you to faculty and staff. You have made this possible. with your fine teaching and your commitment to student success. So thank you.
Hello. Hello. I'd like to add, because I was thinking about this a little bit while I was listening to all the awards tonight, and that tonight is obviously about acknowledgement and recognition. And I think it's fair to say that the family and friends of the students tonight deserve also to be really heartily recognized for their support and their love. And I think all of us can attest to the fact that we would not be nearly as successful or where we are today without the support of our loved ones and family. So that's great. So thank you everybody for being here this evening. Our student award recipients, I'd like to ask you to stand, please, and we will honor you one more time with a nice round of applause. So our students, you may exit out the back doors, and then you're going to head out the building to your right for a photo next to the fountain with President Kathy. And then after our students exit, everyone else is welcome to follow them and help yourself to some refreshments. Thank you so much. Thank you.